Here's Julie Thompson with a closer look at the town of Pembroke.
Welcome. Today we're taking a closer look at the municipality of Pembroke and specifically the Recreation Department. And I'm so pleased to be joined by Lance Kennedy, who's now the Director of the Recreation Department. Welcome.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning. This is a kind of a expanded position for the town of Pembroke for a whole bunch of reasons. Before we get into what you'll be doing for Pembroke, can you give us a little background about you?
Sure.
As far as rec goes?
I would love to. So the reason I was interested in this role in the first place is really for the last 20 years or so of my life I've dedicated to the communities, working for the YMCA. And really that stems from my parents. My dad was a teacher and sort of instilled sort of that community work in me. I've been involved in communities where I've lived, from being on school committees to, which I did here in Pembroke as well, but also just it goes back to my father, who said, if there's a problem, stop complaining and be a part of the solution, right? So that sort of got me involved in things. And then as a teacher, I was working with students, but seeing other issues coming to the classroom and wanted a way to really impact that. So that's what got me involved with the Y. And then from there, I've really had an opportunity to serve communities on the whole, from the youth to adults and families. And really that's where my passion has been over the last 20 years. So when I had an opportunity to come back to my home community and be a part of that and serve my own community, that's where my heart was.
What a win-win.
Yeah, so it's been excited to be part in my own community and to really put some of my connections that I've had just from living here to good use in this role.
Okay, so let's talk about the new, the Recreation Department in Pembroke is responsible for, you're responsible for some of the town properties, you work with town departments, you work with community organizations, and the most important thing I think right now that everybody is talking about in Pembroke is the new community center.
It is.
And how that will change the whole attitude towards recreation and all the things that can be done, as well as what the seniors can get involved with. So can you just kind of give a huge global overview of what this community center is going to bring?
Sure, and hopefully, I know a lot have envisioned this for a long time.
Yes.
And it's exciting to see it to come to fruition for all those that have been a part of this. And I think their vision and the vision of the community really for the center is it's a place where everyone can come together, right? It's going to be able to provide not only just the physical space, where it will have a gymnasium and it'll have multi-purpose spaces that the community can come and take advantage of, as well as a kitchen that we can host events and all kinds of fun things. But really that it'll be a social hub where people can come and gather from all ages. So we're envisioning, and you talked about senior programs, the COA and I have talked tremendously about how we can partner together and have seniors work with our youth, whether it's teaching them how to do a knit or quilt, or it's reading to them, or various opportunities that there'll be, and vice versa, have our youth teach them technology and various other opportunities. So really, this community center is going to be that opportunity to be the hub to, right now, as Pembrokeans, we've had to go other places for activities. So having fitness options, having ways for not only the health side, but the wellness side, do mindfulness classes, have art classes and various different programs that will help with a holistic approach. Definitely.
Sure. And it's like you said, it's multi-generational.
It
which is, we finally have a building where everybody can come to, which is nice.
It is.
So you are responsible, the Recreation Department is responsible for a lot of the fields, the playgrounds, etc. Can you go into exactly what we have right now and the plans that are going to upgrade them?
Sure. The town, and I know we're going through our master plan right now, so it's a great way to highlight some of the great spaces that we do have in our community. So under the rec department right now, we have Magoon Park, which is sort of on the north side of town that many of you know. We have a baseball field there. We had a playground and a few other things. We're looking to expand on that. We received some funds recently to improve the field area so that the community can use it. I know the high school JV team uses that, so we want to make sure it's available and running well for them, but we can also rent that out to gain some funds back to the community. There's plans for potentially other pieces there, see the playground rebuilt over in that space, and a few others. We're improving the parking space there. We have our Birch Street playground, which is on the other side of town, closer to Duxbury. That playground is in great shape. It's one that many of our families use. But there's a field there that is really gone unused at this point, and we've had some discussion with our rec commission about how do we utilize that space a little better. And I know there's been conversations about a dog park. So we know everyone through the COVID season, we've seen a lot of more family pets, and being able to get them out and experience the outdoors. We want a good place for them to go. So that's something that we're looking at. We also received funds for the Byzantium Field, which is behind the community center.
Right.
To see that it's sort of it's in disrepair a little bit with the fencing and some other areas. So we want to see it really usable, as it's going to now be connected to the community center and our camp kids and our after-school kids, and we can run programming down there. So we're looking to improve that area. And then we're going to see, we have 4 waterfronts in town. So we want to see those improved, and so we've got new docks and new boat ramps coming in for each one of those.
So your department is in charge of all of that?
We do oversee that, yes.
Yeah, you do oversee all of it. So you also work with some of the sports, youth sports that's already in town. What are those?
So when I first started, I've been involved in several boards with my own kids. And during COVID, there was a time that the leadership got together to say, how do we help our youth during this time? So I've been able to carry that on. So we meet quarterly now as youth leadership, and to see how the town can support them. Each one of them are their own youth entities, and they run their own activities, but they're dependent on the town fields and town facilities to really run these activities. So I thought it important that we get that partnership strengthened so that we can really meet the needs and make sure that each sport has the space that would meet their needs.
Okay. And one of the most important things, I think, is to constantly get information out to people. And I know the rec department has its own website, but it's a little outdated. So you're going to be really revamping and up. Can you talk about that? Because that's a really important place for people to go.
Sure, and we are. And I think as we come into the new facility, it's nice to have everything shiny and new, right? And for us, it's more about functionality. And we know the amount of offerings we had prior to the new building were minimized just because of the space that we had. And now going into this new space, we're going to have a lot more options, a lot more program options, which means our system needs to be able to handle that.
Sure.
So we'll be getting a new management system for the building. And with that, that'll give us some new communication tools. We'll be able to have a mobile app and some other tools that we can communicate to the community to really let them know what's going on. So we're very excited for that new opportunity.
And I would think that that building is going to be busy all the time.
That's our hope.
That's the plan, right?
That is the plan.
mean, why not? There's no reason not to.
And I know there's been lots of questions about what's my access to the building, right? And really, we want everyone to sign up as a member. And what that's going to do is allow us to communicate to you. There won't be a cost for that. So obviously, as a Pembroke resident, you're going to have, but to be a member, that just means we can communicate to you and let you know what's going on. And then there will be some activities. So that gets you in. You'll have access to the gym. We're still working hopefully on space for a fitness center, so there can be some wellness and health and wellness opportunities there. And of course, the track above the gym, which is going to be a great opportunity. Living in New England, we know it's hard to get outside in the winter months, so we'll have that indoor track will be a great opportunity for our residents.
I think that building's going to be very popular in the winter months.
It will be.
To see the entirety of this interview, visit a Closer Look playlist on the Local Scene Government Services YouTube channel. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like and subscribe button before you go. We'll see you next time.